Here's a wild fact most people have never heard before. When you lose fat, most of it leaves your body through your lungs. Not sweat, not poop, not magically melting away. You literally exhale your fat. Once you understand why it's true, breathing stops sounding like some nice wellness habit and starts looking like a non-negotiable part of fat loss physiology. So the real question isn't,
does the breathing matter?
It's, are you breathing in a way that helps your body lose fat or one that quietly fights it? But before anyone twists this into
just breathe and the fat melts off.
No. Fat loss still requires an energy demand. You still have to move, you still have to train, you still have to give your body a reason to tap into stored energy. What this video is about is how fat loss actually works, where the fat goes, and why breathing and the nervous system can decide whether your effort finally pays off or you stay stuck doing everything right. Let's get into it. Most people treat fat loss like a math equation. Eat less, move more, suffer harder, but your body doesn't run on spreadsheets. It runs on signals. And one of the strongest signals you send your body all day, every day is how you breathe, because breathing talks directly to your nervous system. And your nervous system decides whether your body is in safe enough to burn or stressed hold on to everything mode. If your body thinks you're under threat, fat loss is not a priority. Survival is. So here's what actually happens when you lose fat. Fat is stored energy. It's made mostly of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. When your body burns fat, it doesn't destroy it. It breaks it down through oxidation, rearranging those atoms into compounds your body can get rid of. And when researchers actually traced where fat mass goes, they found something surprising. In a paper published in the British medical journal, physicist Ruben Meerman showed that about 84% of fat mass is lost as carbon dioxide through the breath, with the remaining 16% leaving as water. So when people ask, where does the fat go? The real answer is you breathe it out. That means fat loss isn't just about calories. It's about whether your body can efficiently run the chemistry of fat metabolism. Oxygen matters, but efficiency matters more. Fat metabolism is an aerobic process. Oxygen has to be present for fat to be broken down. But here's where people miss the point. It's not just about breathing more oxygen. It's about whether oxygen can actually be used and delivered to tissues. And that's where breathing mechanics come in. Shallow chest mouth breathing, rapid breathing, especially under stress, often means you're moving a lot of air, but not exchanging gases efficiently. Which brings us to the most misunderstood player in breathing, carbon dioxide. CO2 is not a waste product. It's part of the system. Most people think CO2 is just garbage gas you need to get rid of. But CO2 plays a huge role in oxygen delivery. Through what's called the Bohr effect, carbon dioxide helps oxygen detach from hemoglobin and actually enter your tissues. In simple terms, you need enough CO2 for oxygen to get where it's supposed to go. When you chronically overbreathe, which a lot of people do under stress, you blow off too much CO2. Paradoxically, oxygen delivery can get worse, even though you feel like you're breathing more. That's why the goal isn't giant breaths all day. The goal is efficient breathing, good rib mechanics, and healthy CO2 tolerance, so your body can actually use the oxygen you're giving it. Now let's connect this to the nervous system, because this is the part that explains stress, inflammation, water retention, and why people feel puffy and stuck. Your autonomic nervous system has two main modes: sympathetic, the fight or flight, stress or survival, and parasympathetic, which is the rest, digest, recover, and repair. Chronic shallow breathing nudges you towards sympathetic mode, fight or flight. That state is useful in emergencies, but not great when it's your default. In a chronic stress state, your body tends to elevate cortisol, prioritize quick energy, impair recovery, and become less efficient at letting stored energy go. This is where slow, controlled breathing becomes powerful, not because it burns fat, but because it changes the state your body is operating in. Research on slow, controlled breathing consistently shows breathing can help your body hit the brakes. And when the nervous system downshifts, stress hormones normalize, recovery improves, inflammatory signaling calms, and metabolic processes run more efficiently. That's why people who are constantly wired but tired can diet and train harder and still feel stuck. So no, you do not lose fat by breathing more. You lose fat by creating an energy demand through training, movement, daily life, and then having a body that can efficiently process oxygen, manage stress, and recover. If your breathing is dysfunctional, your physiology stays stressed, and a stressed body is very bad at letting go of stored energy. Now, this is not me saying sit and breathe instead of training. Don't do that. This is me saying fix your breathing so the work you're already doing actually works. So I want to give you a simple drill you can start using daily to improve it. Before we get into the how, it's important to understand what this actually is. This is diaphragmatic breathing, not what most people think of as belly breathing. Diaphragmatic breathing doesn't mean forcing your stomach out. It means the diaphragm. A dome-shaped muscle under your lungs contracts downward, allowing the ribcage to expand in all directions. When the diaphragm works well, you get better rib movement, better gas exchange, better CO2 levels, and a stronger signal to the nervous system that it's safe to downshift. That's what we're training here. So drill number 1 is nasal diaphragmatic breathing. Sit or stand tall, ribs stacked over pelvis, both hands on your ribs. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. Think of breathing through the back of your throat. Feel the ribs expand outward and into your back. You should breathe into your hands. Keep the chest relatively quiet, no shrugging, no pushing up with your stomach. Exhale slowly through your nose for 6 seconds. Let the ribs soften down and in on the exhale. Do this for 2 to 3 minutes once or twice a day. What this does, it improves diaphragm mechanics, supports healthy CO2 tolerance, encourages a parasympathetic shift, meaning better recovery and lower stress tone. And drill number 2, exhale focused breathing between sets. Between sets or after training, take 3 to 5 slow nasal breaths where your exhale is longer than your inhale. Longer exhales help the nervous system calm down faster after stress. Better recovery between sets means better training quality. Better training quality over time means better results. Simple, not sexy, but very effective. So instead of checking your phone every time you finish your set, focus in on your breath to help your recovery. So no, I'll say it again. You cannot just breathe your fat off, but you do exhale most of the fat you lose. And fat loss depends on oxygen, recovery, and nervous system regulation far more than people realize. And yes, you can be a bad breather. If your breathing is off, your recovery suffers, your training quality drops, and stress stays high. And then everyone wonders why progress feels so hard. So drop a comment and tell me what surprised you most. The lungs, CO2, or the nervous system connection? If you don't know where to start with breathing, watch my video on breathing, the mechanics and drills to practice it. The next time you train, walk, or feel stressed, close your mouth, breathe through your nose, and take 5 slow breaths into your rib cage with a longer exhale than inhale. Then ask yourself, did my body just downshift? Even just a little? Awareness creates choice. Choice creates change. I'll see you in the next one.